Good morning, my wonderful people. Welcome to my channel. Continuing our Astro-Vaastu principles, we are trying to bridge time and space together. Time as in your astrology chart, the principles of Jyotish and Vedic Astrology, into the living spaces of your house, for example. Okay? So these are two vast sciences, the science of Jyotish and the science of Vastu Shastra. In these kind of approach, Astro-Vaastu, it focuses itself more on looking at Vastu from the aspect of your natal chart. Obviously, we want to get the best possible outcome in every situation. So let's see this. This one will give you an analysis of your chart and all these guys that you see placed here. The compass is the same, the blank chart is the same, as you can see. But now we focus on times of the day. Okay, so times of the day being sunrise, midday, sunset, and midnight. So sunrise, the eastern direction where the sun rises, is the place of the sun, is the place of Aries, Mars, where sun is exalted. That's why I put both those planets there. Okay, so sunrise is in the east, the eastern direction of your natal chart, the eastern direction of your house is where the sun rises. Okay. Then we come to the midday part, which is the house of Capricorn, Saturn. That's why I stuck Saturn there. And moving on, sunrises goes from all the way from here to here. This is every single day. This is not happening some distant future. You're living this every single day. Sunset happens in the section of Libra. That's why Venus is there. It's a house of Venus. So sun, the king, comes into the house of the queen at the end of the day. Queen is the Venus. That's why it is called sun is debilitated in Libra. There's no such thing as debilitated. Planets are planets. They don't do anything by themselves. It just goes to show you that the king has entered the chambers of the queen. Now he is resting. He's done for the day. Sun has done his work. The king has done his work. Through the movement from, if you want to go house-wise, first house, 12th house, 11th, 10, 9, 8, and then come to 7. This is the way the sun rises and sets. So sun has set now. Now we begin the night time, which goes from the other half of Libra, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. It's the reverse way, isn't it? When you come at times of the day. We are not talking from the house this way. We are talking this way. Alright. So once the sun sets, who takes over? The queen takes over. Moon. So these are the cycles of the moon, this side of the chart, going from sunset to sunrise. Midnight is where the moon is most exalted, Cancer, north direction of your house as well. And then it goes back into sunrise. So let us see what these principles basically are teaching us. Astro-Vaastu through the lens of the time of the day. Time is not abstract. Time enters life through a direction, like we just saw. Your house experiences the day exactly as your chart experiences karma. So basically, essentially saying, your chart and the placements of planets, points in your chart is being experienced by you every single day through the times of the day as well. You're not tired randomly, you're not alert randomly, nothing happens in random so far as Astro-Vaastu is concerned. Everything would have a reason if you look for it. You are responding to directional pressure of time. Sunrise in the east. Let's go one by one. The east, the sun, the Mars. Awakening, identity, initiation. Sunrise is when the consciousness enters the body. You wake up from the bed. In Astro-Vaastu, east governs the entry of prana, the chi, the life force. Identity, ignition. You get up with a sense of I have to get up, I have to do something today. Physical vitality, the will to begin. In the chart, it represents activation of your lagna or the ascendant. Sun-Mars circuitry. Like I said, Sun and Mars both govern the first house. First house, intelligence, immune and metabolic ignition. You need to kickstart the day. Coffee, right? When east is clear at sunrise, east means east direction of your house. You wake up alert, motivation arises naturally, the body syncs quickly with the energy of the day, which I bring in the daily podcast, daily energy. Decisions feel clean. When the east is blocked, you have grogginess despite sleep. So you hear a lot of people complaining, I don't want to get out of bed. Too lazy, too lethargic, weak Mars. Lack of motivation, delayed starts, identity confusion at the beginning of the day. If your mornings feel heavy, confused, or rushed, don't blame the discipline. Check whether the sunrise energy entering your personal space, the east direction of your home, is proper or not. Midday, the south, the Capricorn, responsibility, authority, peak of functioning. See, midday is where the sun is shining the maximum and it sits in the house of Capricorn. So there is a serious containment when planet goes in Capricorn. It becomes bound by discipline, bound by time, bound by structure. Capricorn. Midday is when sun reaches maximum altitude, not comfort but full on pressure. You're working at this time. In Astro-Vaastu, south governs workload, authority, responsibility, physical endurance. In the chart, it's 10th house activation. Every day you're activating your 10th house in some way. Depends upon transits, depends upon what's placed, depends upon where the lords of their house are placed. Saturn Mars endurance loop. Saturn and Mars govern the 10th house. Saturn gives the discipline. Slow down. Work through it slowly. That discipline. Career related karma. Public visibility is the 10th house because sun is at the forehead, in the top of the head, isn't it? Capacity to hold pressure. When south is balanced, productivity peaks without burnout. Authority feels earned. You can sustain effort. You can have leadership qualities. You feel like a leader. Title does not matter. Whatever job you are doing, it's fine. It's just karma. But are you able to function with a full presence? That's what it means essentially. Visibility. Visibility of your presence is the sentence I'm getting. When south is disturbed, energy crashes post noon, irritability or anger sets in, feeling overburdened, fear of responsibility. Midday exhaustion, which people feel at workplaces, is not laziness. It's often south direction overload without grounding. Here's a tip. Because you are functioning in office at that time and not at home, typically your workplace, whichever it is, whichever office, hospital, bank, etc., people do different kind of things. It would be useful to check the south direction of that office. What is there? It should be generally good for all. Just a tip. Sunset is happening in the west, in the house of Libra, Venus, results, reflection, consequences. Sunset is when the energy returns to the Queen's chambers. King has entered Queen's chambers. He has removed all his crown now. In Astro-Vaastu, West governs results of effort, relationships, accountability, closure of the day. In the chart, it's 7th house related partnerships. Saturnian results. Saturn is exalted in Libra. This is the reason why it is all about others now. Sun is about self, Saturn is about others. Feedback from others, long-term outcomes. When West is balanced, the sense of completion in the evening comes in, emotional maturity happens, you get a slow, stable relationship. All relationships, intimacy I've covered already, have to be slow and steady. That's the essence of any long-term partnership. Calm digestion of the day. When West feels blocked, it creates restlessness in the evening, unresolved conversations, bringing up old stuff, isn't it? That's what will happen. Relationship frictions, feeling that nothing moves. So take care of your west if you're having relationship problems, west direction of your house. If your master bedroom is there, especially in the bedroom, the west direction. If the evenings feel heavy or unfulfilling, it means something is not landing properly. That's all it means. Time for asking for closure. Space is resisting it. You have to align your chart with the west direction, whatever is in the west direction in your chart, with the west direction in your bedroom. That's where most of the stuff happens, isn't it? Then comes midnight, Cancer, north, west, integration, subconscious reset. Midnight is not inactivity, it is internal subconscious processing. This is why moon is responsible for psychology. Internal pattern, subconscious mind. In Astro-Vaastu, North governs mental circulation, nervous system repair, emotional digestion, subconscious integration. In the chart, it is fourth house processing. Moon's absorption cycle, memory consolidation, emotional regulation. When North is balanced in your house, deep uninterrupted sleep. Are you finding difficulty going to sleep? Insomnia. Many people have it these days with the kind of stress of modern living. Check the North. Put blue colored, light blue colored things there. Put fountain there and see how it creates an energy of rest. We shall come to interior decoration later. Don't have to worry about it. Mental clarity next morning. If you have had a good night's sleep, you're clear next morning. Nervous system recovery. When North is disturbed, you have insomnia, anxiety issues at night, difficulty going to sleep, overthinking, emotional heaviness on waking up. You haven't had a restful sleep. Sleep problems are rarely psychological. They are often north direction disturbances interrupting the lunar cycle integration. So, to wrap this up, sunrise is your birth, your lagna, midday is your career responsibility, sunset is your relationships, midnight is integration. You got to learn the principles in this way. So, in the next one, I shall take up how this is aligned with the houses. You also have 12 houses, isn't it, beginning from here. So, next we shall address that. I shall see you in the next. Take care, be safe.